cut, we're going to go ahead and put them together to make the Plarn. So I'm going to take a loop, I'm going to take a second loop, and I'm going to stick the one loop inside the other, and I'm going to kind of crisscross these two parts of the second loop like this, and you'll see it almost makes like a link, and I'm going to go ahead and pull it tight. It's very important that the knots are nice and tight and flat, because if they're bumpy, it makes it very difficult for the person who's doing the crocheting. So let's do a few more. Okay, I have my loop. I'm going to take another loop and stick the end inside, and I'm going to take the two sides of this loop and crisscross them, putting one inside of the other, and you'll see it makes a link like in a chain, and I'm going to go ahead and pull that nice and tight. Okay, a few more times. I'm going to put the one loop inside the other, take these two sides of the second loop, crisscross them, putting one inside the other, and then I'm going to go ahead and pull it nice and tight, making sure that knot is flat. Another very important thing that you have to remember is that these two sides need to be even. If it looks like this, where one side is really long and one side is short, you have to loosen up the knot again and pull it. You want these two sides of this part of the chain to be even with each other. So we'll do a few more. Take a loop, thread it inside of there, and now I'm going to take this loop, take the two sides of it, put one inside of the other, and pull nice and tight. Now I find it easier to work flat on a desk. Some of the students find it easier working standing up. You're going to find what works best for you, and you know that's the way you're going to do it. So again, one last time, I'm going to put the loop through here. I'm going to crisscross these two sides, and then I'm going to go ahead and pull it nice and tight. Okay, now that you've got several of the loops of plastic kind of attached to each other, we're going to go ahead and actually start to form the ball of Plarn. I'm going to say probably about 40 or 50 loops. You don't want to do too many more than that. They're going to get tangled up. We've spent a lot of time untangling these loops. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the one end of this big long string of Plarn that you have, and you're going to roll it around your fingers maybe 4 or 5 times. Okay? Take it off your fingers, and now you're going to go around the middle 4 or 5 times again. And now you're going to twist it. This is a little bit tough, but you kind of want to fold it up, roll it around again 3 or 4 times, twist it a little bit, and you're going to see that it starts to form a ball shape. Okay, as I'm doing it, notice that I'm kind of making the Plarn get thin. I want to thin it out a little bit. Again, that makes it easier for the people who are actually doing the crochet. So 3 or 4 times around, give it a little twist. Twist it a little bit more. It's hard to say exactly how much to twist, but hopefully from the video you get the idea. And you'll see once the ball gets a little bit bigger, it's much easier to do. Starting off the ball of Plarn is definitely the hardest part. And I'm just going to keep working on that, until I get to the end. Okay, now it's really kind of getting easy. It's about the size of, I don't know, maybe like a baseball. We don't really want them to be any bigger than a soccer ball. We don't want to make the ball of Plarn any bigger than about 10 inches in diameter, because then it gets really difficult for the person who is working with it. Okay. Okay, so I've gotten to the end of the loops that I have already worked with. That doesn't mean that we're done though. I'm just going to get a few more loops and show you that I can go ahead and just continue with that. I continue along with the same directions, just kind of keep that ball off to the side. I'm going to go ahead and add some more loops to it. And I'm going to keep, once I have another 20 or 30 loops added onto that, I'll continue to roll it. Again, we don't want it to get any more than about 10 inches in diameter. Okay? Okay, this ball of Plarn, you can see, has gotten pretty big. Right now, it's about 10 inches in diameter. We really don't want it to get any bigger than that. It's a little too difficult to work with. So when you get to the end, you just want to take this, and I would say you could go ahead and tuck it in under a few strands. Leave the tail end sticking out so the person who needs to use it can find the end of it easily, or maybe take an elastic band and wrap it around to hold this one. Don't put any tape or any kind of adhesive to hold that on there, because then it's going to get stuck. It's going to rip one of the bags. Okay, so that's it. There's our bowl of Plarn. Thanks.